Welcome to Suladan Plays Driftmoon, Enchanted Edition. So this one has a bit of a backstory. Years ago, long before I started the YouTube channel, I was looking for free games to play online, as many people were doing. And I found a website made by Vilman. I probably butchered his name. I'm sorry, I've never been able to pronounce it. On the off chance that I pronounced it right, what have you. I was a big fan of a game that he made back then called Notrium. I actually played some of his other games too, but their names are eluding me at the moment. Notrium, of course, being almost impossible for me to forget. Fascinating game. It was kind of my first major foray into the survival genre. It was a, quote, twin-stick shooter in that you use WASD to move around the screen while your mouse aimed where you were looking and where your gun was firing. It basically... You were on a spaceship, damage happened, you escape ship, land on alien planet, now survive. The game had multiple endings depending on which of the player characters you chose to play as, be it the alien that was part of who had sabotaged the ship, the ship's captain, the robotic officer, cyborg, or whatever. I can't remember if I called it an android or a cyborg, but anyway, you had... a few different classes, and a surprisingly active modding community that had added more classes, more items, more things. I actually dabbled in modding it for a while and created an alien that when you killed it, it duplicated ad infinitum. Anyway, the game was very fascinating, so I played it for a long time. There was talk for a while of a Notrium 2, which I'm hoping is still going to happen. I just, haven't actually seen anything on that. I haven't actually looked recently. It's been a long time. Been a while since I looked. Basically, then Vil came out with Driftmoon. I bought it when the game came out, started to play it, life happened, and I didn't get to finish it. I actually didn't get very far into it. And it kind of drifted away, pun intended. Later, it became a Steam thing, and because I already owned it, it jumped into my Steam library. And I said, I'm going to play that, and I ended up not doing so. Then the YouTube channel happened, and I said, that'd be a fun game to let's play. And then I kind of talked myself out of it because I usually don't do dialogue-heavy games because I don't normally do voices, and I was shy and not very good at doing a lot of talking in the videos. And this was before, the webcam and all, and me getting a little more comfortable at doing these things. But still hadn't played it. Fast forward to today. I plugged in my external drive where my secondary Steam library is to, go do the general updates, to update all the games that are in there because I don't want them to get too out of date. For any that may wonder why I keep games that I'm not actively playing on a separate hard drive. I have slow internet speed. It's really a pain to re-download things. I, download about 1 gigabyte an hour, so yeah. Given the size of current games, it's a convenience for me not to have to spend days re-downloading something. Not that that's important. Anyway, I saw Driftmoon had a big update, like a big patch to download. And I went to the news, and lo and behold, Driftmoon Enchanted Edition. It, to my understanding, it's basically a remaster. Let's see, we had a ton of requests about getting Driftmoon on more platforms. We started the Enchanted version back in 2013 when the first version was released, until life put a stop to our plans, kids, illness, money issues, etc. We never gave up on our dream of finishing the Enchanted version of Driftmoon. Finally, a year ago, we had the chance to resume work on Driftmoon again, and we worked nonstop ever since. For 7 years, you've been sending us countless encouraging messages and tips on how to improve Driftmoon. So happily, we haven't run out of encouragement or ideas on what to do. What's new compared to the old Driftmoon? This one puzzles me. Driftmoon now runs on Windows, Mac, iOS, and Android. I assume what that means is we've added iOS and Android because it always ran on Windows, and I assume it ran on Mac. We've added the mystery box full of surprises for you and your friends. That's this thing up here. If I click that, it'll say I could share a key. So, neat. Kinda requires me to have friends. So, friends that play the game specifically. Major graphics update, better textures, look better on modern scenes, light mapped shadows, the lot of it. User interface scales better. Updated user interface, easier to use and looks better. New characters, items, and skills through the mystery box and elsewhere too. Tons of bug fixes, dialogue fixes, quest fixes, and improvements. Improved music with an extra melody. All music by Gareth Meek. Thank you again, Gareth. Gameplay enhancements, quest reminders, silver feather counter, very useful, and more. Possibility to recover a broken save. Not that likely, but if your disk was full or something. And more surprises, because we most probably forgot to mention everything. If you still like how the old version plays, or would like to see how it plays, we made sure you can still access Vanilla Driftmoon. Open the Steam web properties and go to the betas tab and select Vanilla Driftmoon. You know, whatnot. Oh wow, Notrium actually has a Wikipedia page. Won second place in Adventure Game of the Year contest on Game Tunnel. Rock, Paper, Shotgun noted Notrium is one of the early procedural generated survival games. Veal's website is instantkingdom.com, by the way. I just figured I should look up and see if anything new had popped up. I can't resist. I've been drawn to the thing. Oh, man. Looking at this just brings back so many memories. See, the human is weak, relying on weapons and items. The android is strong, but can only heal with repair units, or with certain mods like the Werevar expansion, can upgrade himself. The alien gains fearsome hunting skills through evolution, and the psionic has unique mental powers, but cannot carry items. Oh, that's what it was. It was, yeah, what Wazzle was the other game that he made. Wazzle, I never knew how to pronounce it. But there are... Even the Werevar mod is on the main page, so that's good. Yeah, I really... Phil, if you ever see this, I still look forward to the possibility of a Notrium 2. Notrium's on Steam? Excuse me? $1.99. I mean... But... Originally released in 2003 when it was regarded as one of the finest examples of budding indie game movement, it had a fan following of millions with dozens of mods and multiple clone games. Notrium was one of the first survival games ever made and possibly the first ever to be called survival game. I'm buying this. I don't care if I've already played it to here and back. Oh man, that's awesome. I didn't know there was a Steam version. Played it for hours as a kid. This game's still as fun as remembered. Aww. Game is as fun as I remember, but the community is gone, which is where Steam comes in. I can only imagine what kind of mods Steam users would make. Until then, the base game and original mods will keep you busy. So yeah, there's still a lot of people. A lot of fans on there. That brings back a lot of memories. Wait for me to up the quality.
A game you may dimly remember. Notrium. Hours of getting killed.
Watch out, it's lava!
It's acid rain!
It's so cold in here. I'm starving.
It's way too hot in here.
Remember their big voices.
It's following us.
Died again! Come on, Villa, why'd you have to make this game so hard?
Notrium. Can you finish it without a walkthrough?
Many times, and all the endings and all the modding. Oh, I highly recommend it. Like, I cannot recommend it enough. It is a fun game. I may actually, now that I see there's a Steam version, I may do... We'll see. We'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But basically, outstanding game. I highly recommend it. It is on Steam, apparently, or Instant Kingdom. I didn't know there was a Steam version. That's blown my mind right there. Anyway, Vils, or Ville, or I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm going to keep saying Vil Monkanen because that's just what I'm used to saying. And if I'm wrong, somebody smack me. I hope not. I don't want to get smacked. Anyway, all that aside, there's been a lot of build-up for a game that... This is the Driftmoon Enchanted Edition, so let's go ahead and start. As per usual, let's go with that. Holy mackerel. I'm gonna make everything 100% just because I assume that's what default should be. Oh, excuse me. Okay, Guardian faces the energy. Harder, more interesting enemies. Champion finds equal enjoyment. As an adventurer, you can focus on adventure and exploration instead of fighting. I'm gonna go with just default, because I've never actually played it to know. I'm gonna leave everything default. Greetings, son. Do you remember Grandfather Martin's strange gem? Things have gone terribly wrong with it. Please come see me as quickly as you can. I will tell you more when you arrive at Northrop Inn. I cannot risk writing more in this letter. Stay safe, your father Winston. That's new. I gotta be honest, I kind of liked just where it was at the bottom of... Did I break it? Is it supposed to be full screen? Okay, used to it was just the bottom of the screen. You had the usual standard text box. And there's a lot of characters in this game, so, you know, don't expect them all to have unique voices. I'm bad enough at doing that as it is. I sure can't do 100 of them. After a long journey, you finally arrive at Northrop. Rince the Hatmaker, Northrop's very own part-time village greeter, is standing by the old well, apparently waiting for you. Hi, Suladan. Your mother couldn't come yet, so she told me to meet you here by the well. I sure hope she'll be here soon. There have been some really strange people here today. We do like having visitors, but... Old Rince seems to remember you're here again. But no matter. It's awfully nice to meet you back at the home village, Suladan. What brings you here? Father sent me a letter. You wanted to see me right away about some old jewel? Your father, eh? I wonder what Winston's up to now. He's been stuck up in his new alchemy lab for weeks. You know, I think I saw your brother Robert here just a few days ago. He must have been visiting your folks, too. It's good to see you, Renz. How are things in Northrop? Oh, Northrop is fine as always. Well, not so fine, actually. The old man scratches his head. Now that I think about it, it's been quite dreadful around here recently. Plotho had an unfortunate incident, and Syria has gone missing. Her parents are worried sick. There's more, but maybe it's best we talk about that later. Your mother will be here soon. Listen, Suladan, now that you're here, there's something that I've been wanting to do. Rince's voice trails off as he sees your mother running towards you. Well, she's certainly in a hurry. We'll talk later. Meet me in the tavern tonight. Aunt. They're coming! You must hide, Suladan, right now. Please trust me. There's no time to explain. Suddenly your mother runs towards you and pushes you into the well. Boink. Yeah, this has definitely been updated. I don't know what's up with this, though. Why is it full screen? It used to be just down here. Anyway, in your utter disbelief and shock, you have just enough time to panic about the water level of the well before your head hits rock bottom and all goes black. A long time passes and absolutely nothing happens in the well, but far above you, a small silver feather starts to drift down, endlessly tumbling and turning in the wind. It's very nearly blown off course, but it bravely hitches a ride on a passing jumbo bee. Finally, it reaches its target and floats down the well onto your unconscious body. It tickles your nose, and a violent sneeze wakes you up. As yesterday's events come back to you, your mind fills with questions. Why did your father want to meet you so urgently? Why did your mother suddenly push you in a well? How are you alive after hitting your head on the bottom of a well? And how are you going to get out of here? I don't know, but I found a feather. If memory serves you, those are the collectibles that you find 100 of throughout the game. I don't actually know how many there are. Hello! Anyone? I'm down here! Open your inventory and light the torch. Inventory is tab, yay. Sparkling silver feather feels light as a real feather, but made of some solid, unbreakable substance. Carrying the feather increases your maximum mana by 1 point. Okay, I can scroll. Use. Can use any potential secret doors by clicking on them. Ah, there's a small button here. Actually, that reminds me. Cheats. No. Keys. Let's combat. There. Oh, no. I hope I didn't break something. I just toggled my left mouse click. There we go. There's writing on the wall. 1, 2, 3. Just great. I got to day 3 before I found the secret door. No, you were unconscious, actually. Somebody else came down here and scrabbled that into the wall. Or you ain't the first one to be thrown down a well. Yeah, I pushed it shut. I really remember liking the physics in this game. Like, you could mess with stuff. Soldier's dagger. This could be the very dagger you lost when trying to sneak into the local tavern as a teenager. Small ooze. Clicking once is enough. Aha! defeated you. And I got a slime. Berry juice. Berry juice. Oh yeah, there's food. I forgot about that. And a feather. And a barrel. What? All of it. I remember back when there wasn't a food bar and you had to carry all the stuff around with you and it all did different things, and now it just adds to a food bar. Or food gauge. Oh. Well, I should probably keep that on there, shouldn't I? I don't know. Go upstairs. Sure, why not? I could probably... I don't know, I'll put that over there. I'll put that there. Oh, it does have an action cue. That's neat. I'm in the tavern! What's happened? I gotta start cooking now. Food! Sign. If you don't like the taste of worms, why bother being an early bird? Because you're looting everything. That's why you bother being an early bird. If you get here before everybody else, you can loot it all. Feather. Good job hiding that. Cabinet. It just makes it so much easier to interact with the world when you can see the stuff that you can interact with. Window, cellar, tavern key. There's a person over there. Smack him with a mackerel. Oh, the tavern keeper looks like a statue. Yeah, but it can't be a statue. It looks much too real. The sign is lying. Some literally minded person has thrown the sign on the floor. Cabinet. Ah, Gousby, that snatcher customer of yours has gone too far. He prowls around people's house at night and scares our children. I cannot allow it to continue. I know he's your best customer, telling great stories about famous pirate treasures, and on top of that he drinks from thimble-sized mugs, but I have to take action! I'm ordering Cormac to lock him up. I know you banned Cormac from the tavern, but next time he comes, you have to let him in. Yours, Mayor Biscuit. Why did we elect a man named Biscuit? Sound. Beautiful music, but does not need to overpower the world. Got another torch. Can I push you around? There's an evil bush. Beware! That bush is evil! For it says evil bush. Piece of meat. See, the fact that I can push stuff around was just really fascinating to me back in the day. Still fascinates me. Still neat. I just remember that I spent far too much time pushing objects into weird patterns. Let me out of here! Oh, you scared me. I'm surprised to see words. Your father's a prince. Susan, thank the maker you're here. It's a nightmare. We have to do something. Word, look, just please tell me these unbelievably realistic statues are just your old man's creepy idea of redecorating. Young man shakes with terror. No, it was terrible. A zillion lizard warriors attacked northward. Hogpuff came from behind my window and told me everyone had somehow turned to stone, and then there was a bright flash and he turned to stone too. And your father, the lizards took him. There was nothing I could do. You must believe me. Would you believe it? My own mother pushed me down the well. Really? Good thing the well dried up, but boy, it must have hurt. Word pauses for a while, deep in thought. I think your mother might have saved you from whatever statuified everyone. I mean, the attackers wouldn't expect someone to be hiding in a well, would they? But then, we might be the only ones left. We have to see if anyone else is still alive here. What do you mean alive? They could be alive, they're just stiff. Anyway. Who locked you in here? He blushed slightly. My father grounded me for the night because I wanted to meet a girl. Suddenly tears well up in his eyes. But now she's probably turned to stone too. Yeah, and if you hadn't been here, you'd be next in line. Well, why'd they kidnap my dad? I don't know why they took him and left the rest of us here. Your father seemed anxious about something, but he didn't tell me much about his research. As usual, he wouldn't even tell his own apprentice what's going on. He was in his lab day and night and even told me to take a holiday. Would you believe it? Please, Soledad, you must have help. We must find a way to help the villagers. It must have turned my dad to stone, too. You remember anything else? I'll tell you all that I remember. The first thing I remember is your mother running past my window, shouting your name. I think she must have seen you and thrown you in a well. Then I saw some bright flashes that almost blinded me for a moment. After that, Hogpuff came running towards my window, yelling, "Run and hide! The Rakan are attacking! They've turned the mayor to stone!" I knew it! Zaya and Rakan have attacked Driftmoon. There's a league champion named Rakan. I'm just gonna go with it. Don't ask. Hogpuff turned around, looked shocked, and shouted something like, "Oh no, don't take him! Winston, no!" I didn't see your father from my little window, but Hogpuff obviously did. Right afterwards, there was another flash, even brighter than the ones I'd seen before. When my eyesight returned, Hogpuff had turned to stone as well, just under my window. That's all I saw being locked up in this room. It only took a few minutes, I think. I was supposed to meet my father here at Northrop Inn, and he had something very important to discuss, but now he's been kidnapped. What do you think I should do next? I really wish I knew what to do. Suddenly a light dawns in Word's eyes. I just remembered something. Your father told me there's a letter for you in his house. And I'll come with you. You lead the way. Word seems to think for a few seconds. I don't know what happened, but this could be dangerous. We should pick up anything we think is useful in the village. I'm sure nobody will mind. You little klepto. Money! Money! Oh, that's right. You can click and drag. Oh, I forgot about that. I can move object. That little bit of an interface there is new, though. That's new. It used to just be kind of blindly pull things around. No motion. Piece of meat. Previously frozen fish. Fight a big red fish. Its rich aroma numbs your sinuses and leads you to believe the fish is rather elderly. Looks like the fish is choked on a diamond. You pull the diamond out, wondering how a fish can choke. Mirror shield. Okay, you click it once and then you drag. And then you click again and drag. Okay, that's locked. Eating fellow diners is strictly prohibited. This sign is a souvenir from a Rackin Tavern. Oh, this door is open, obviously. Duh, that's what would have led me to him. I'll deal with the mirror shield in a minute. There's a torch. And berries. I got 13 foods. Hey, Hogpuff. I want this shield. Thank you. Losing all his arrows in a campaign against the short-lived spiky empire, Hogpuff the Brave ordered a shield that would magically reflect all arrows back to their origin. Unfortunately, the magic only works 3 times out of 10, but that didn't stop Hogpuff from carrying it around as a handy mirror in case his hair ever needed adjusting. Fear me! Can I switch them? Because I'd kind of like to... How do I... Oh, I don't get a choice. Never mind. I was hoping for be able to swap hands. Cormac? Father Cormac! He keeps giant spiders. What a dreadful idea. Well, the spiders be petrified too. Spider web. Oh dear, the spider is not happy. You're supposed to be petrified, you goober. Not even your web. Furrow. Petrified spider. Lend a hand or I'll keel haul ye. Dried tomato fish. Antidote, leather gloves, feather. Okay, Blotch, what do you want? Inside the glass tank lies a large snatcher. Looks old and wizened. It has a black eye patch and a hook claw. Shiver me timbers, a landlubber comes to help an old salt like me. Quick, me beauty, let me out, I'm trapped. Who are you? Arr, they call me Blotch because I spilled ink on the captain's map. Threw me to the sharks they did, but they didn't expect me to swim away. Been a land pirate ever since, but I yearn to go back to the sea. Why aren't you sailing the seas then? I'll be looking for buried treasure in this town. But then I had too much rum in the tavern, and in the morning I found myself in the brig. Lost all me pieces of 8. It's a little hard on my throat. Buried treasure, you say? You didn't hear this from me, bucko, but there be no secret treasure here. I misinterpreted the name and looked where Winston the Alchemist lives. But it's where his son Smithy, where I was supposed to be. I was just about to leave for Robert's smithy, but then I was turned away by the promise of rum in the tavern. That be all I will say. Where is the treasure? What's the clue? Quit you asking, bucko. I'm not revealing to ye that Snatcher and Robert Smithy have the first clue. If I tell you anything more, I'll have to make shark bait out of you. Dead men tell no tales, you see. What happened here? I don't know what happened to all these landlubbers. Some ugly Rakan warriors rushed in here, then in a bright flash Cormac and the spiders just froze up. No one's been here since, and I'm starving in this cage with nothing but a giant cheesecake to eat, and what's worse, I just ate the last of it! The Snatcher burps loudly. I'd give a piece of 8 for a good cookie and a grog right now. When I catch the lizards, I have a mean right hook. Fine, I'll let you out. Blow me down, and here's a hero when you need one. You gotta help a poor old sea dog. I'm in a real fix. This is no ordinary glass, me lad. It's some kind of magic. The door only opens to the command of the owner. He's that scurvy hornswaggler over in the corner, frozen or dead as stone. But there's another way. A diamond could cut through this glass like a cutlass through old Captain Firebeard. Nah, but there be no diamonds in the whole village. The only one I knew of got eaten by a big red fish. Big red fish, you say? And a little lass Sarah lost her diamond in the mouth of one of them fish and asked me how she could find it. Sweet damsel, that one. I told her those big fish never stay long in the rivers. They only visit then swim back to open waters. Shiver me timber, she be a brave girl, that Sarah. I reckon she left town to follow the fish and find her diamond. Okay, I'll use the diamond. You take out the blue diamond and swiftly cut a hole in the cold glass. You freed Black from the glass case, promised to help you later, 24 XP gained. Ah, I thought I was going to Davy Jones' locker for sure. I thought you had to die on the sea for that. You have the heart of a real buccaneer. I'll repay you. Just say what you want and I'll get it to you. Okay, my instincts would say weapon would be good, but gamer instincts say that saying that I don't want a reward will net be a bigger reward. I don't know. I'm going to go with that. Whether you need it or not, it's me right to give you one, laddie. See, I'm the one that's been saved. It's a shame I don't seem to have doubloons or a cutlass to hand you just yet. But I will wait around here for a while before I weigh anchor and hoist the mizzen. And don't be afraid to ask if ever you have need of me. Ooh, a torch. Did I walk past that? Better. Well, I appear to be stuck on an invisible... never mind. No more invisible wall. Mother! Mother, can you hear me? If she ever wakes up, she'll be ever so mad about this. It's Hop, my faithful traveling companion. What? What? Is your faithful steed a slug? I mean, a snail? Or is it a rock? Because if it's just a pet rock that we planted, then... That we, like, put in front of a cart and hoped it would get us here. That may be why we were late. Death cap. Slimy death cap. Evil bush. I'm hoping those regrow, but I don't know. Going. Going. Is this a wishing well and I just don't know it? Good going. The all-time shortest bridge on Driftmoon. Small web, you say? Attack the web! Ah. Okay, attacking web nets spider. New level, you say? Oh my dear goodness, I don't know what any of these do. Oh. Hit points. Gained experience. Don't tie your experience rate to intelligence. Then I just want to boost that through the roof and gain all the XP. Movement speed, hit points, damage, attack speed. Let's go Constitution. Let's see. Not bad. Goldfish scalp. Okay. I don't understand why I need a skill for it. I think that's a goldfish over there. Green rock. Green salt. Gives you the ability to see the rare but tasty goldfish that haunt the land. I'm confused thoroughly by that. Wait, is that a crafting? No, it's just an ingredient. Oyster. Splinter tree. These be some weird things. I'm not looking for an alchemy shop. I'm hunting for items. Bush. Ah, oh, hi, Blotch. What can I do for you? Nice to meet you, me hearty. I will fulfill my promise to you, lad, before I am off to seek my fortune on the three seas. What be your need? Haven't found anything yet, but keep an eye out. Fake skeleton. Just as I thought, a fake skeleton. Okay, so we've about explored this area as much as we can. 15 men on a dead man's chest. Are you just patrolling? Through the small hatch, you can see Adon, the gatekeeper. He's petrified in a permanent sitting position. Behind him, you can see a lever that operates the gate. For some reason, the gate isn't completely closed. There's a small gap. Not enough for you, but perhaps small enough for a small snatcher or a bird. Open the gate, Adon! Wait a few seconds, but nothing happens. Try to reach the lever. Put your hand through the gap in the gate, but you can barely reach the other side. The lever's too far, even if you had a long stick. But the gate isn't completely closed, and there's a small gap. Someone very small could crawl through and flip the switch. Oblotch! Come here. Can you open the gate for me? I can't fit. Aye, Captain, I was made for this job. The Snatcher hurries off. I can't reach it, Captain! Snip. Arr. Quick thinking, eh? The little Snatcher tries to look very pompous. Right, Captain, I be done now. I'm going to hoist the anchor and weigh the mizzen. No, wait, that was the wrong way around. Anyway, wish me luck. Thanks, Blotch. Good luck. You have a good life wherever you cut the wires. So we have electrical systems, clearly. Oh, a piece of wood. Wait, what? Oh, he's a precious little crab. I don't know why I would need a wood piece badly enough to steal it from a precious little crab. Enter village? Yes. Okay. So, partly due to my long-winded intro, we're kind of at time. So I think I'm going to go ahead and save here. I'm going to pause here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.